All right, everybody, new release, The Menu, starring Anya Taylor-Joy, amongst others, has finally released, and quite frankly, it's the savior of cinema in 2022. Let's talk about it. I wanted to start off this video with a bit of a fun anecdote. A couple years back, quite a while ago, I took a playwriting class, and I had this one guy in my class who wrote this great play about a couple that visits this island with this extravagant chef who charges a ton for his meals, and there's a bit more than meets the eye to the chef. It wasn't anything finished, it was just a little snippet because that's all we had to do for the class. But when I heard the news of this film originally, I found out about it on Discussing Film, the Twitter account. I was obviously intrigued. I was like, is this the guy's script? I was freaking out. So I tried to find his name. I tried to find the old draft of his script to see if I could piece two and two together. I don't think that he had any involvement in this production. I think it was just coincidental that they happened to be similar, but I thought it was fun nonetheless. And so I hope that if he's out there, the man I took that class with, and he still has that draft, that he someday gets to make his vision of this kind of story. As far as the film we got, it's very good. Let's talk about it. First of all, the performances here are flat out phenomenal. Anya Taylor-Joy has been absolutely killing it in recent projects. I'm talking the past few years or so. She's just been brilliant. You start off with The Queen's Gambit. She was in The Northman a bit ago. I'm sure I'm forgetting other stuff, but she's a rising star. The Witch, obviously, in 2015. And she's really becoming this massive figure in Hollywood. She's in Furiosa, the upcoming Mad Max film, and I'm glad to see her being so successful because I think she's brilliant. You obviously have Ralph Fiennes as the sort of central antagonist here, and he is always brilliant. I don't know that I've ever seen him give a bad performance. Always phenomenal. He always gives his all to every role he plays, and here, no different. And then you have some other standouts here and there, particularly Hong Chow plays his sort of second-in-command, sous chef almost, and she is just brilliant in this performance. I'm not super familiar with her work, but I know she's also in The Whale, the upcoming Aronofsky film, so I'm interested to see that and how she performs there. I really like John Leguizamo. I think he's hilarious, and again, I've also seen him in quite a bit recently, and he's in Violent Night, the upcoming Santa Claus, John Wick type movie, so I'm excited to see him there. I really like him recently, and I think he's hilarious in this. I really like the business guys who are just complete assholes, and they're both all really good at just being these complete entitled douchebags. And then Nicholas Hoult as well, as just he made me laugh pretty much every time he said anything, just because he's so ridiculous. But the thing that The Menu excels at is obviously its script, and in particular, it manages to nail. The film is very, very dark, very intense. This isn't some just coast along, have fun, yada yada. It's a very intense ride, but it manages to also be hilarious. It's truly a very funny comedy as well as a dark film. And so the way it manages to balance its themes and really just ride the lines so fantastically of not being too dark and intense, maintaining that bit of comedy, it really is a fine line to walk. I think it easily could have veered too far in one direction or the other, but I think it manages to capture what it wanted to excellently. The film is also, it doesn't waste any time. It gets to the point quickly. You know what you're watching here. There's a certain point in the film where just everything is like, or you're like, okay, now I really know what I'm settling down for. But until it reaches that point, it manages to perfectly build up the intrigue, give you little tidbits of each person that you learn about as you go, each cast member, and everyone in this film feels very necessary. There's not a single cast member or character in the film that doesn't feel like they have a defined purpose or they don't represent something. And so I think it was a very intentional film. And this is the sign, I would assume, of a film that has seen multiple drafts. It starts out as something, and you just keep revising it and revising it until you just get the absolute perfect version of this story. And so I think The Menu is such a meticulously crafted film that manages to be funny, that manages to be dark, intriguing, mysterious, and then also very thematically, sorry, there's like glare on the window, but you'll have to live with it. I'm almost done. Very thematically poignant. It has a very a message that resonates with the society that we live in a very clear and defined message, and one that I was struck by and I appreciated. So all in all, folks, the menu is a phenomenal satire, one that I absolutely love. If I only had just one, it's not even a complaint. It's not even a complaint. It's just one thing. I really have almost nothing negative to say. The only thing is that I don't know how much it's going to hold up on a rewatch. But that's not even a bad thing, because as I say in the title, as I'm telling you in this video, the menu is about the experience. You go to see the menu for the experience it provides. That experience doesn't need to be replicated. It doesn't need to be something that you watch repeatedly. I'm sure you could find enjoyment in repeat viewings, but it is something that once you experience, you feel fulfilled by what you've seen. And there are some films that warrant rewatches, right? Films that encourage the viewer to rewatch them, to pick up on little things and enjoy the film more. And I don't know that the menu is one of those, but I also don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So the menu is going to be an A. I adored the menu. I really, really, really like this film. I think anybody could like this film. If this is your kind of thing, obviously it's dark, it's pretty intense. So if that's not your thing, fine. But everybody else should find something to like in this one. All right, folks, so if you've seen the menu, let me know what you thought down below. I love the film. Obviously, I think you've gathered that. I'm sorry, this is really bothering me, this glare. But I'm almost done. So if you've seen it, let me know what you thought down below if you haven't seen it. And again, anything I said in this video strikes you as something you like in a film or enjoy in general, then I would recommend you go watch it, because you will like it. And then you come back and tell me that you liked it and that my recommendation helped you, because I'll feel good about that, because I like recommending good films. So, or if you didn't like it based on my recommendation, it'll make me a little sad, but I'll appreciate the feedback. I've been EP2 Reviews. You've just been the absolute best. I will see you on Hawthorne. Hopefully not.